Good morning. Welcome to class. Please prepare 2 blocks if you have blocks. If you don't have the blocks, don't worry about it. I will be offering modifications along the way. So please take the modification that is most suitable to you at this point in time. It's very important that you own your practice and most importantly, don't give up. Okay, so today's Hatha-Vinyasa class is going to have a little bit of everything. We're going to be doing some back extensions. We're going to open up the shoulders, the lower back. Definitely going to have some hip openers, especially if you've been sitting a lot working from home or at the office, if you're starting to go back to the office. Hamstrings definitely. And we're going to slowly build our way up to a peak pose, which is an arm balance called Astavakrasana, which is the 8-angle pose. And again, there will be modifications along the way. Take it to where you can at this point in time and enjoy the practice. Okay? So I'd like you to come and lie on your back to begin with. So lie on your back, bend your knees, and hug your thighs towards your belly. And just do a few gentle rocks side to side, releasing your lower back against the mat. And just allow your lumbar to sink down as you press the thighs against the belly, releasing any residual tension in your lower back and in the shoulders. Feel yourself supported by your mat as you practice today. And then from this position, extend your left leg to the mat. So your left leg is straight. And interlace your fingers to the back of your right leg and straighten your right leg up towards the ceiling. Now, you don't need a strap for this one. You can either hold your calf, the back of your knee, or even the back of your thigh if your hamstrings are very tight and you're working along this angle, all right? Now, importantly is to press your shoulder blades against the mat. Allow your lower back and upper back to be fully supported. From this position, take deep breaths in and out through the nose. And I'd like you to flex your right foot. So you're dorsiflexing your right foot, pushing the heel up towards the ceiling. So we're flossing the sciatic nerve. And then from here, we're going to point your right foot, like a dancer's foot. And then as you exhale, flex the foot, pushing the heel up towards the ceiling. On your next inhale, point your right foot. One more repetition. Exhale, flex, heel up to the ceiling. And point on your next inhalation. Now from here, we're coming into half happy baby pose. So bend your right knee and grab hold of the inner arch of your right foot and push the right knee down as much as possible. Try to get your right shin perpendicular to the mat, just half happy baby. Anchor down your left leg to the mat, keep that left leg straight. If you find yourself tilting and you're not very balanced in this position, you can always bend your left knee and plant the left foot onto the mat. That is your modification. Yeah? Otherwise, stay here and come into that half happy baby pose on the right side. Good. And then from here, lift your head off the mat and bring your right leg over your right arm, as high up the triceps as you can, closer to the shoulder. All right. Hold it really nicely. This hand, if your neck is tired, you can always support the back of your head with your left hand. Otherwise, just hold the top of your right foot. Coming into a deeper hip opener on the right side. One more breath. And then as you exhale, lower the head and release that right leg. All right, let's do the other side. Left leg up, right leg onto the mat. Interlace the fingers and grab hold of the back of your leg. Shoulders relax. And then from here, as you breathe in and out through the nose, we're going to exhale and flex that left foot. The heel is actively pushing up to the ceiling, dorsiflexion. Notice where, as you do this pose, where the stretch is. Is it along the calf? Is it all the way down the hamstrings to the base of your buttocks? Good. And then on your inhale, point the foot like a ballerina. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. And inhale, point. Good. Release, bend your knee, come into half happy baby on the left side. So again, if this side is not very stable for you, you can always bend your right knee and plant the foot on the mat. Otherwise, just stay here. Opening up the left side. Deep, slow breaths in and out through the nose, keeping your breath as rhythmic and as smooth as possible throughout your practice. Good. And then from here, lift your head off the mat and hoist that left leg over your left arm. Okay? So either stay here or hold the top of your foot with the right hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On an exhale, release. Once again, hug your thighs towards your belly and rock to the side. Roll over and come onto your tabletop. Hands and knees. Okay? So that what we did on the mat just now, lying down on your back, is actually one of the best ways, in fact one of my favorites, to come into a hamstring stretch and a hip opener. Alright, so come onto your quadruped. So you're coming to the tabletop, shoulders stack over your wrist, spread the fingers, point your toes back. Let's do a few cat and cows here as an inhalation. Arch your spine, lifting from the tailbone all the way to the crown. And as you exhale, round your back. Draw the belly in, ribs drawn in, look towards your belly button. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. We'll do 3 more. Exhale, round. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now as you come back to your neutral position, bring your left leg out to the side. Extend your left leg out and bring your right arm through, thread it right towards the left side, grab hold of your left leg. It can be the ankle, it can be the shin. Lower the right shoulder to the mat, turn your head towards your left side. Now make sure the left foot is planted down so that you're very, very stable. And then when you're ready, sweep your left arm up and over to the opposite side. Coming into that nice shoulder release for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, return the left palm down for support. Release your leg and bring it back. Let's do the other side. Right leg out to the side. I'm not your mirror image today, yeah? So this is my right side. Weave the left arm through. Catch hold of the leg. Now you turn your head to the right side. And when you're stable, sweep your right arm up and over. Get a good twist in your upper spine. 5, 4, 3, keep breathing, 2, and 1. Return the right hand to the floor and support yourself up. Good. Come back onto your hands and knees. Now, I'm going to offer you 2 modifications for your upper back opening. If you have got 2 blocks today, place your blocks at medium height, shoulder distance apart. Bring your elbows to the center of your block. Keep your thighs perpendicular to the mat. Interlace your fingers and sink the chest down. Drop the head down and bring your hands to touch the back of your neck or the top of your spine. So if you have blocks, you can always do this. This is a really nice stretch on the triceps, on the side of the body, and really helps to open up tightness in the middle back and the upper back, all right? Now, if you do not have blocks, don't worry, this is what you need to do. You're gonna come into puppy pose. From your tabletop, keep the thighs perpendicular, walk your hands forward. Option 1 is to bring the forehead down onto the mat. Yeah, this is your option without blocks. If you want to go a little bit further, you can bring the chin and the chest to the mat. And stay here for 5 breaths. Good, and then slowly come back. Release. Come into child's pose. Knees slightly wider than hip distance apart. And then bring the forehead down onto the mat. This time, clasp the hands behind you in child's pose. Extend your knuckles up towards the ceiling, opening up the upper back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release your arms forward, stretch your arms straight. Lift the head. Let's come into your first downward facing dog. Stretch your arms forward. Try and break that hamstring myth whereby, oh, my first downward facing dog, hamstrings are going to be so tight. What you want to try to do is to lift your heels, straighten your knees, and tell yourself, I can do this. I'll take my practice to where I can. From this position, slowly work on lowering the heels down onto the mat. Believe that you can, you're almost there. Take another breath. From your downward facing dog, sweep your right leg up, bend your knee, open up the hip, and bring it into a reverse pigeon. Keep the shoulders square though, and take this opportunity to ground your left heel to the mat a lot more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the right knee to the nose, round your back, use your core muscles, hugging that thigh close towards the chest for 3, 2, 1. Lift the head so you know where you're going, and step your right foot between the hands. You're going to line up the toes with the fingers without moving the hands at all. Drop your left knee to the floor and point your left toes to the back. Come into a low lunge position, squaring off the hips. Bring your prayer hands behind your head. Lift the chest, lean into your hands, and pull your elbows back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On an exhale, release the palms. Let's step your right leg back into your plank, shoulders stacking over the wrists. Do a chaturanga or a knees, chest, and chin, your choice. Inhale, come into the back bend of choice, either cobra or upward dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, 1. One more, inhale, exhale, 2. Sweep your left leg up, bend the knee, come into a reverse pigeon, and again press that right heel to the mat as much as possible. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knee to nose, round your back, and then look forward. Plant your left foot between your hands, lining up the toes with the fingers. Drop your right knee to the mat. Pull your toes back into a low lunge position. Prayer hands behind the head. Same thing. Lifting up the chest, leaning into the hands, pulling the elbows back. 5, 4, 3. Keep the breath going. 2, and 1. Release the palms for your plank pose. Take a vinyasa here. Chaturanga or knees, chest, and chin. Inhale into your cobra or upward dog, and exhale back into your downward facing dog. One more breath in down dog. Good. Now from here, you're going to lift your heels, bend the knees, step or hop to the top of your mat. Take an inhalation, lift halfway. As you exhale, come into a forward fold, bend your knees if you need to. And then from here, come into Utkatasana, chair pose. Bend the knees, tucking the tailbone, push the knees slightly behind, and reach your arms by your ears. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On an exhale, come back into your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, come back into downward facing dog. Now turn your left heel to the center of your mat and step your right foot between the hands, squaring off your hips, and we're coming into warrior one. Bending the right knee, try as much as possible to keep the shin perpendicular, squaring off the hips, bring your arms up. Palms can be together or apart. Take one more breath. And as you exhale, I'd like you to cross your right arm on top. Wrap. Come into Garuda arms. Bring the thumbs to touch the forehead. Square off your back heel. Power up that right leg. And step your left leg forward. Wrap it around. If you can, hook the toes behind the right ankle. Come into full Garudasana, eagle pose. 5, 4, 3, 2, squeeze those inner thighs, and 1. Keep the arms as they are. Unwrap your left leg. Step it back to where you found it. Bending that right knee. Fold forward. Humble warrior. Keep the thumbs pressing against the forehead and fold as low as you can, opening that right hip. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. Slowly come up with control. Unwrap your arms. Adjust your back foot slightly. And let's come into warrior 2, looking at your right hand. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Again, inhale. Exhale, 2. Grab hold of your inner ankle so that your right arm is parallel to your right shin. Turn the chest to the left side of your mat and sweep your left arm overhead. Externally rotate the arm. Coming into a modified side angle pose. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Good. Now from here, we're going to come into a bind. And if you can't bind, don't worry about it. Just try to take the shape of the pose. Bring your right arm underneath the leg. Either catch hold of your fingers or hold your left wrist. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the palms and step back into your downward facing dog. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Once more. Inhale. And exhale, 2. Let's do the other side. Right heel turns to the center of the mat. Look forward. Step your left foot to the front. Bending the knee. Coming up for warrior 1. Squaring off the hips. Reach your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. From your warrior 1, wrap your left arm on top. Press your palms together, wrists together, fingers pointing up to the ceiling. Press the thumbs against the forehead. Start to square off your back heel. Keep the breath steady. Focus. Step that back leg forward. Wrap it around your left. Bending your knees. Coming into full Garudasana. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unwrap your right leg. Send it all the way to the back. On an exhale, fold. Humble warrior with Garuda arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. With control, come up, expand your arms, adjust the back leg slightly. Warrior 2 on the left side. Look towards your left hand. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Hold the inner left ankle with the left hand. Okay, now don't stick your bum out. You want to tuck that right side of the buttock in, the left sits bones down. And sweep your right arm overhead. Extended side angle pose, modified version. So you don't really need a block for this one. Alright, find yourself really steady, and then from here you're going to bring your left arm underneath, come into a bind, open up the chest to the right side of your room for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the bind, step your legs back into downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale 1. One more, inhale, exhale 2. Sweep your right leg up in reverse pigeon once again. Look forward. This time, step your right foot outside of your right hand. Okay? Stay high for a moment. You can come up onto your fingertips. Feel the power of your back leg and squeeze your inner thighs to the center. And then from here, slowly drop your left knee to the mat. Point your toes to the back. Now, if you need blocks, place your blocks here. Test by bringing the right elbow first, then the left elbow to the mat. Okay, again, if this is not possible, use the blocks to bring the floor up towards you. Stay here for a moment. Now don't drop the head and look behind you. Lengthen the chest, look forward. One more breath. Good. Now, option 1, I'm going to show you basically 3 options for this one, okay? So the first one is you come back up to your palms, bring your left hand to the center of your mat, twist towards your right side, catch hold of your back foot, and then pull the heel towards your left buttock. So don't cross the foot over, okay? Left foot, left buttock. Open up the chest. So option 1 gives you a really nice twist. All right? Now, if you're doing option 2, you're coming back down onto your forearms. You're sweeping the right arm back, same thing, and you're catching hold of the foot. So your center of gravity is lower for this one. This is option 2. For those of you who want to attempt option 3, and this is a nice, I would say, gateway to work on putting the leg behind the head. You're going to grab hold of your right ankle with your left hand. And you're going to snuggle that leg over the shoulder or over the arm like how you did when you're lying on your back. Okay? Now, there is no way you can reach back with your hand this way unless you have very, very long arms, which I don't. So what I'm going to do is, watch, I'm going to bend my knee, bring the foot up. I'm going to lean back, find the foot, hold it, and then I'm going to sink back to get that beautiful quad stretch on the left side. Keep hugging that right inner thigh towards the right shoulder. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the foot, release the leg. Downward facing dog. One breath here. And then pick your left leg up, reverse your pigeon. Look forward, step your left foot outside of your left palm. Straighten the leg, lift the chest, look forward, power up that back leg, squeeze those inner thighs. and then lower down the knee, point the toes back. So from here, you know what your modification is going to be like. Please choose something that works for you. If you're doing variation 3, snuggle the left shoulder under the leg. Catch hold of the left ankle with your right hand. Okay, lean slightly back, find your foot, and then come back to the front. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the foot, release the leg. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale 1. Again, inhale, exhale 2. Lower your knees to the mat, come to a seated position. Good. Wipe your sweat if you are sweaty. And I'd like you to scoot over to the front of your mat so that you have ample space behind you, and make sure that there's no obstructions. Okay, there's no furniture or anything that may hit you. All right. So from here, you're going to extend your left leg forward, and you're going to cradle your right foot and knee at the crook of the elbow. Okay, so cradle the baby. So feel that external rotation, feel the stretch in the glutes and in the IT band. Good. Now, interlace your fingers so you have a good grip and you're really hugging the leg close. We're going to rock back and forth using the core 3 rounds. So try to rock straight and not veering off to the side, okay? So that's where your core control and your lumbo-pelvic stability comes in. So it's an inhale that rocks back, exhale that comes back to a seated position. Twice more. In, exhale, in, and exhale. Good. From here, let's bring that right arm over the calf and hug the leg even closer. And then hold the foot and bring it towards your right ear or to the right side of your face. Head is turned slightly to the left side. All right, and then lower down. Let's do the other side. Cradle your left foot and knee at the crook of the elbow. Rock side to side. And then let's get ready for your rocking. All right, inhale, exhale with control. Inhale, exhale 2. 1 more. In and exhale. Let's bring your left arm over. Hug the leg closer. A deeper hip opening. We're coming to a peak pose after this. And then turn your head slightly to the right. Bring the foot towards your ear like you're trying to make a phone call. All right, and then lower down. Great. So that now that you're nice and open, let's come into Astavakrasana, 8-angle pose, all right? So you're going to cross the left foot over so you're very, very stable. Now you got to remember, inner thighs need to be engaged. So imagine your legs squeezing in together like a pair of chopsticks, trying to pick up a little green pea. That much of an engagement and awareness you need to have, okay? So you're going to hoist the right leg up as high as you can. You've got to get it past the elbow. If it is down here, you need to continue working on your hip openness, okay? It's not gonna happen quite yet. Now from here, settle that right sits bone or the right buttock back onto the mat. Hold this leg, squeeze it towards the shoulder, bring your right hand to the floor for support. Now, this is where your left leg is gonna come over and cross at the ankles. So you're in a lock position. This is going to keep you very, very secure. Notice this knee open out to the side. That means there's no engagement on my left inner thigh. I'm going to squeeze it to the center. This leg squeeze to my tricep. Bring your hands onto the floor. Keep squeezing the legs. On an exhale, lift your booty off the mat. And then exhale, come back down. So once you've got the lift, you can try and come into your 8-angle pose. If not, work on the lift. You can also use blocks. I'll show you in a short while to lift up your bum, okay? Up. Extend your legs to the side. Come into a chaturanga solution. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit back down and release your legs. Okay? Let's do the other side. Left leg up. Okay, from here, bring this hand down. You got to squeeze that leg in, otherwise it's going to slide down your arm. Cross your right ankle over, lock, and squeeze. Okay? Lift up. Or come into the full pose. Extend the legs out, chest forward, buttocks back. Squeeze your inner thighs like a pair of chopsticks. Good. And release slowly. Right. Now, if you have blocks, just like all arm balances, your blocks work as arm extensions, and they're also nicer on the wrists, for example, if you have some wrist issues. Okay? Right leg up. Cross this over. My blocks are very high, so it's going to be tricky, but you're going to place your hands on the floor, squeeze your legs, and work on just lifting up so you have a little bit of height. And then stay here, breathe, exhale down. So arm extensions, all right? Good. So whether that was happening or not, replay the practice over and over again, take the modifications. Let's come into a bit of wrist release. Bring your hands to face down this way onto the mat so the palms are facing up, and come onto all fours. Your fingers are facing your knees. Press your thumb and all the other fingernails onto the mat, and gently do circles in one direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Release very slowly. Shake your hands out. Let's come into a child's pose. This time bring your arms in front of you, elbows on the mat, and turn your palms up. Softly release the forehead onto the mat, softening the arms, the shoulders. Take 4 more slow breaths here. Observe the sensations in the body. Allow the mind to quiet down. Take 1 more breath. With your eyes closed, you're going to slowly come up, and you're sitting on your heels in Vajrasana. Spine is nice and long, head is stacked comfortably over the shoulders. Just rest your palms on your thighs. Relax your facial muscles. Bring your prayer hands in front of your chest. Honoring your breath. Honoring your practice, and for simply coming onto the mat and showing up and owning the practice today. Please rub your palms. Warm them up. Press them over your eyes. Relax your eyes. Rub your palms again. Place them behind the neck. Massage the neck and the shoulders. Once more, rub your palms. Place them at the lower back. Massage the lower back. And then slide your hands down your legs. Bring them back to prayer position. And gently blink open your eyes. Namaste.